You are listening to the Hello Sport podcast.
I did training and then I did career mode, but I didn't spend enough time really trying to fucking like work out what's going on, but like it's just so convoluted. It's frustrating. Like,
what is?
The whole game. Like,
what do you mean?
I remember back in the day it used to be like, do you just want to do a career mode, take a team from Shitsville to the top? This one, it's like, do I want to be a manager? Do I want to be an individual player? I've got to do like all this fucking individual career mode shit. Now, I'm sure that there may be something in there that's like, you can just be a team, but it's really not obvious.
Not obvious to you.
Dude, you even trying to, we were trying to do the golf before. Like, it's the same as fucking Tiger Woods, like the golf game where you're just like, it doesn't need to be this complicated. It can, like, I don't know, like, man, some of the shit with the career mode, it's like, make investment decisions that are gonna dictate the way that you're perceived within the team. Do you invest in a new phone application? Do you start a clothing brand? All that stuff's all right. Like, I get a little bit of that. Like, Tiger Woods, like, you want to get a Nike sponsorship or whatever? You're like, yeah, sweet, I'll take it. But it's like, some of it I'm just like, can I just fucking play FIFA? Like, so much of the shit that I had to deal with was outside of the actual game. Pep Guardiola fucking traded me. He traded.
So you're playing as a player, not as a team.
I didn't know how to do the fucking team. I'm doing it as a player for Man City, but I can play as the whole team as opposed to just playing as my player. Does that make sense? Mode. Yeah, there's manager mode, but is that where you're playing as the whole team?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's what I need to be doing. The individual player one's fucked. Pep Guardiola transferred me to some random African side inside of fucking like 8 weeks.
And you had to go play there?
Well, I haven't gone there yet. I was like, fucking turn this shit off. I'm going there. But like, I scored a hat-trick the last game.
And he got rid of you. Well, he didn't see enough.
He brushed me.
He didn't see enough out of you.
I know. But it's just very convoluted. I just don't like...
You should get Harry Potter, mate.
Is it good?
Go back to Hogwarts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because that's what, like, I love the sports games.
Fight trolls and shit.
I love the sports games, but I am sort of realising that, like, they are a dish. They're a dish. That's like tapas. Like, they're best shared.
It's 100% like Spanish tapas, or increasingly any restaurant you go to, it's all share plate now. It's all share plates. Because it's a bit of fun to have fun. Now...
Your Harry Potter games.
Yeah, like, that's adventure shit by yourself. Go to another world, be transported for a day. Put your fucking robes on, become a wizard. Or witch. Yeah. You get to choose. Yeah. You get to choose, Tom. I chose wizard. Don't bash me for it.
No, that's all right.
My guy's pretty cool. He's got dreads.
So is my guy. My FIFA guy's got dreads.
And he's got scars. He's a bit of a vibe. I called him sick cunt. That's his name. Sick cunt. They didn't let me do CUNT, but I did KUNT.
Oh, nice. Workaround.
Obviously, listen, workaround.
My guy's called Ho.
HOE.
HO. Because you can write your own name that comes up on the jersey, but the commentators need to call him something. So I just went for the childish one, similar to you, sick cunt. So they yell out Ho every time I do something.
I like it. Yeah. But yeah, best served shared the sports game. I know, punters and dribblers, I know that we live in a world where you can play with friends online and shit.
I'm just exploring that.
But it's never been my racket. It's never been my racket. I'm an adventure guy. I'm an Uncharted guy, obviously. And now I'm at Hogwarts 100 years before the events in the book. Okay. And I'm starting to learn a lot about old ancient magic, Tom.
Well, that's cool. Look, I'm not knocking you for it. It sounds like fun. I just, you know what? I just want to go back to the days where it's just a little bit more cruisy and straightforward. I'm this. I want to play a season of this and do that and do this. Bang. I'm in. I'm away.
Well, they are trying too hard. I don't think there's any secret
Way
in that.
too hard.
The problem is, Tom, is they don't. I'm not going to do it.
You won't.
Just get up and leave. Tom fucking chews his nail. It's fucking annoying. And
I don't cut my fingernails, punters and dribblers.
Yeah,
I shorten them with my teeth.
Yeah, I know. It's just fucking, it's foul. It's absolutely disgusting, and it fucking pisses me off. I know you don't, because you do it, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's annoying to those around you. And I'm just letting you know.
No, look, I appreciate it.
Third or fourth warning this morning. Feel like that's
second
probably
warning.
Enough. I feel like it's probably enough.
Well, it's second warning.
I think.
And I mean warning, you know. But look, Eddie's coming in a bit of a mood, punters, dribblers. I'm sorry. Eddie sounds like maybe a little short on sleep, a little too much Harry Potter. And that's okay. That's fine. But the aggression is obviously a little off-putting.
Well, you're just taking the piss.
It's okay.
You're taking the piss.
Look,
and that's fine. You are. You're taking the piss.
Eddie's aggressive. Cue the comments in the YouTube.
Okay, you want to cue the
Show's
comments?
over. He's still going to punch on soon.
You want to cue the
Show's
comments? Do people chewing their nails in front of you annoy you? Yes or no? I think we'll all be. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to predict the fucking answers. Is it annoying in the extreme? Yes or no?
Now cue the comments.
Is four warnings enough?
Is Hello Sport over?
Is 4 warnings enough?
Is Hello Sport ending? 504 episodes.
Well, you will know why if it does.
Yeah, you'll see me back on the jackhammer in a fucking couple of weeks. What happened? I got no nails left.
Couldn't stop fucking chewing.
Couldn't stop biting me nails.
Anyway, the problem with these games is that every year they try to improve on the year before. And so the only way they do that and justify it is by adding layers of complexity. Because they go, well, look, this is what we did this year. Fuck it. Strip it back to early PS2 games.
Lounge mode.
If you want to go back to fucking PS1 days, I'd be happy with that.
Keep the graphics great. Improve the graphics, but you don't need me to be able to fucking start my own clothing
Tom
brand.
doesn't want to get traded to Africa.
No.
Where's the fun in that?
That wasn't fun. I would even say
It's
that
not,
element of the game.
Okay, well, whatever. It can be African leagues, Australian leagues, like dog shit leagues.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. It's not an African thing.
No, of course it's not an African thing.
You don't want to play with the shit players.
No.
You want to play with the studs. Listen, when you go and play FIFA with your mate, you don't go and pick fucking Melbourne United.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Disrespect to
That's
that
not even a
fine
team.
establishment down
Melbourne Victory. And you know why? It's because you can't dribble, you can't shoot,
No.
they can't defend. It's not fun. So, of course, I want to pay with fucking Man City or PSG. There's no shame in saying that.
No, there's not.
Runners and dribblers.
There's not.
And that's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to get traded to a shit team.
But also just allow the navigation process around the game to be easier. But again, I don't know if this is because I'm fucking... When we were trying to do Tiger Woods before, or like not before, but like, you know, maybe a couple months ago... Or no, it was when we first did FIFA and we were sitting here and it was like, I feel, for the first time in my life, I feel like the world's passing me by because I haven't had a PS since PS2 and then I'm trying to fucking get this thing going. I'm like, I am so lost.
Or turning it on. Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know?
Look, there's a couple of default things. They try to lead you in a certain direction and it's annoying. But be that as it may.
Yeah. D or Dave loved it.
Yeah, he did. Lefty mode. Be that as it may, punters and dribblers, I recommend that all of you just go back to Hogwarts for a little bit, just chill out, go fight some trolls, and you'll feel better about it.
Did you get back on your native seed train for it at any point?
No.
Just wig you out.
I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
Daddy
don't want to be in a ball of anxiety. Or
no,
anything.
Daddy
That doesn't
did.
sound fun.
You know what I was doing? I was because I was on full blown unadulterated daddy mode on the weekend. Steph away because you got to do nice things. You know, when you're a husband and a father, you have to go to your wife and say, hey, I want you to pamper yourself and have a great weekend away. So I did that because I'm a fucking stand-up guy, right? So I had the kids all weekend. It was great. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Wasn't tough. Wasn't hard. It was rewarding.
Was it fun?
No, it was fun and rewarding, but fun as well.
Tiring.
And tiring and hard. But what I would do is, because to get him to bed, right, like you get bed, bath, food, whatever, that shit takes a couple of hours with two people. With one motherfucker who's incapable, like who's also not as efficient and good at it as Steph, I had to start like preparing for bed and shit at like 3. Start like cooking dinner at 3 or like preparing everything.
What time do they eat?
Well, 5:30.
Can't you just warm some shit up in the microwave? Done.
Well, I don't have a microwave, which is one of the great sadnesses that my father has. He like hates that I don't have a microwave. But it's more about...
I don't have one either.
No. Shocking that you don't.
Well, I'm not doing a whole heap of heating up. And if I am, you just put it in the fucking pot and put it on the stove. Yeah. Do you know, I don't have 2 kids where I think that a microwave might come in.
It actually would come in super handy.
Yeah.
But I was also trying to, while Steph was away, flex on her and be like, I can prepare a fucking meal for him. Like one of the other boys, who I won't name, not that it's bad, but like he gave his, because there was a few mums that went away, one of his kids had a ham sandwich for dinner one night.
That sounds play on. I would have got tomato soup out of a can.
Play on.
Bang,
it's completely
done.
play on. But I was trying.
I would have done soldiers, bus with white bread, bit of butter, dip that in the fucking soup. Off you go.
That's a Michelin star restaurant in Dubbo.
Yeah, listen.
That's a Michelin.
The effort level's low. Whenever mine went away, Dad would always make basic stuff, really basic stuff. Shout out to your dad.
Well, I did.
But,
I did.
you
fucking.
know, but he was playing eyes up footy. Nice, simple, easy meals.
Yeah. And to be fair, I make it sound like I fucking, again, tried to do some wild performance. I basically just whacked chicken on a barbecue and put them in wraps both nights, back to back.
And that
nights.
took you 2 hours.
No, you have to start because you gotta prepare shit. So like, I can't just whip up some guac, because I've got literally they're all hanging over me. Anyway, whatever. I get it.
Can't
done.
you put them in a pen?
We had a pen, but they start going psycho in the pen.
Oh, they lose it. They don't like the
cage,
pen.
They start rattling the cage.
Oh, they don't like the pen.
Screaming at you.
What if you have a free range pen?
Well, it is kind of free range. It's not that big, but like you can leave shit around there for them to discover. But it's actually a very small pen. So it's, it's free range-ish. It's not battery hand pen.
Yeah.
But they get pissed off and they scream at you. So it's chaos.
So it's, okay.
So anyway, I've tapered my run perfectly. They're both out like lights by 7 o'clock. Daddy just on the couch.
Oh, so you nailed it.
Techie on ice.
Perfect.
Little gum.
So you nailed it.
Pounding fucking FIFA. And doing the push-up challenge, which has been probably the toughest. You think looking after 2 kids is fucking hard. Try being a piece of shit and having to do 130 push-ups a day. I thought I was going to go do 105 minutes.
Bruh.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Listen, we missed day 1, but that wasn't our fault.
No, that wasn't our fault.
We missed day 1 because we'd been in Adelaide and Adelaide had its way with us.
Yeah.
So we thought, fuck it. We'll tack on an extra 5, go
Per
from
day.
one per day. But then mates of mine are doing there's challenges. Like one day's 90, the next day, it's a bit more
Dynamic.
I can't seem to find where that level of complexity is.
You can find it if you go to the pushupchallenge.com, I believe. I will get the specific website for you in a second.
But see, Tom and I have moved to 136 a day.
I've been doing 140 because I'm a fucking animal.
And day 1 was okay.
Day 1 was all right.
Day 1 was okay. Day 1 was all right. Having said that, when I went to bed, I was like, I can't really move my arms that well. And I know tomorrow I'm going to wake up sore. Day 2 was fucked.
Oh, well, you fucked. I'm still not too fucked. I'm sore, but I'm not sore.
It's tough.
I'm more sore in my arms.
My back here, awful.
But I was sort of going I was expecting to have my chest feel really sore and fucking.
But you don't do proper ones.
No,
That's
I have
probably
been.
why.
No, I have been. Well, your arms are sore, so your chest. You don't even wing it about your chest. I'm saying
back's here.
Yeah, but I'm talking about your chest. I want push-ups are meant to get us fucking huge jack chests.
Yeah, but my chest is on the go. I can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it, but
that's a tit.
Yeah.
Like one of those bodybuilder ones,
Yeah, bodybuilder tits.
And they can flex them and push.
But my arms, I think my back's a bit sore, my scaps and shit.
Yeah, my scaps. My traps.
Yeah, scaps, traps.
Traps are a bit sore.
Tries, traps and scaps.
Tries, buys and lies.
Definitely lies. But the reason we've been doing 10 at a time is for form. Is so
I bet, yeah.
I've actually been fully fucking doing it legitimately, and that's why only doing 10 at a time is the only way I can do it. If I go even to 15, I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, this is...
I was banging out 16 to start because we were on 136 and then 10s.
Yeah.
So I get that 16 out and then push.
Oh, you do a 16 first up?
And then push.
I just do 10s and then I get to 140 because I'm built different. Let me just get the website up there quickly because I think it's important for us to shout them out.
But it is tough.
It's fucking hard, bro.
Secret to success, spread those bitches out. Spread them out.
Yeah. So you head to the pushupchallenge.com.au. You can register or you can search for Hello Sport, which is our page, and you can donate there. But you can also join. It's not too late to join either. If you just got to step up your push-ups, right?
Oh, I can be done.
You can do it. And it's about raising awareness and money for mental health. 3,144 push-ups between the 1st to the 23rd of June. That number is the total amount of people that took their own life in 2021. Very heavy, but it's for a good cause, mate. And you and me, we're going to be jacked, dude.
Yeah, we are. We're going to be jacked, which I'm pumped for. I've been telling Ella, in 23 days, I'm going to be ripped to
23
shit.
days, but I may even continue it by the end of 23 days because they're just going to be easy.
But I'm going to be ripped after 23 days. I'm going to have a six-pack. I'm going to have a huge chest. My arms are going to be massive.
Yeah.
And
I'm already walking around feeling it. You know what I mean?
she's going to take on this like damsel in distress type character, and I'm just going to swoop in there. And, like,
she's just going to be holding onto it like one arm with her hands.
Yeah, and I'm just like, boosh, like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
reckon
cool.
that's cool. Shout out to American Pie, which got me through last night.
Did you have have you been dusty?
A little bit, not too bad. I woke up a bit dusty yesterday. Went out for my dad was in town. Went out for a few drinks, and then I went and met up with Elsa. She was out on a little girls' night, so that was fun. And wake up a little bit dusty. Nothing Agalos couldn't fix, Tom.
Yep.
But American Pie, just one of the great movies.
Yes.
And you just got to laugh to yourself. There's some of the shit in that movie you would not fly, I don't think.
Dude, the whole fucking filming the chick masturbating and getting changed in the room.
I know.
And streaming it across the whole fucking county.
And everyone's watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
but back then it was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. As Ella pointed out, highly unrealistic to go over to a guy's house you don't know and just slip into a bit of a maz.
Well, that's
1 minute in. I mean, credit to Nadia.
Listen,
credit to Nadia.
Yeah.
I mean, she's comfortable enough.
Some people are highly sexualized. You know what I mean? That's all right. Some people would do that. Some people wouldn't. And it's just another thing that makes up the rich tapestry of life and society at large.
That's right.
Some people like to masturbate in random places. Maybe that gets them off. But say the word, Dave, problematic nature of the movie is aside. If we park that aside for a second, great fucking film. Great fucking film. Like, it's also unrealistic that you're going to fuck a fucking apple pie. That's not... Now, it's less
I
unlikely.
guarantee you people have done... I think that's...
It's probably more likely because guys are pigs.
Guys put their dicks in strange
Guys
places.
are horny pigs.
And I don't think a pie is... Like, I think that after the movie, pies got more of a workout than they did going in.
Well, I think pie's the biggest...
But the fact that someone came up with it in the first place...
Pie's the biggest loser from American Pie.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of damaged pies
There's a
out there.
lot of pies out there that are rattled.
There's a lot of pies that are currently seeing someone.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, they were like, I was here to just get eaten, and now I'm getting fucked by horny teens.
Yeah.
Which is fun. So shout out to the pie. But what year did that come out? I remember that coming out.
2001.
I remember my sister being able to watch
2001.
it.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was fucking huge.
Fuck.
That was massive, that movie.
Yeah, it was.
Massive.
It's
Like culturally massive.
massive. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it's funny. They've done like 50 of them now.
I know. The first two were good.
Third one
was the third one the wedding?
Yeah, that was passable. The third one was passable, but then everything after that was like,
Beta House was pretty good.
shut up, Dave.
Don't know what that was.
No.
What? You never saw Beta House?
No. I saw the first three. That was it.
Bruh.
I may have
they're
seen.
actually all not bad.
Eugene Levy was in like all of them.
Yeah.
He was
Dad.
like, he's like, I'm not fucking leaving. I don't have much else. Even though he's good, he might have had like a career renaissance. I don't know. I may have no idea what I'm talking about.
What did any of them end up doing?
Stifler kicked on. Stifler was in some big movies.
Yeah, obviously.
fucking Lily-
What's his name? Chad.
Sean William Scott.
Sean
Yeah.
Williams.
Dude, the redhead, she actually has
Yeah.
been the most
No,
successful.
she's been good.
She was in Buffy. She was in How I Met Your Mother.
She hosts Penn and Teller.
That's less
She
cool,
hosts
but I don't
Penn
know
and
what-
She
Teller.
hosts that Penn and Teller show for a bit, I'm
Right.
pretty sure.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's been in a couple of things. They're all escaping
What
me
did
now, though.
what did Oz end up doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. That was it.
Scooby Dooby Doo, what my magic. I think he was in like a couple of other rom-com movies.
Yeah,
after.
no other films that reach the heights of American
No,
Pie.
when's the
I
last
haven't
What
heard
about
of
Jim?
it.
Did he go into? What did he do?
He was actually famous before. He was Rookie of the Year. It was about a kid who broke his arm and then had like the best baseball pitch of all time. I don't know if he kicked on afterwards. Tara Reid sort of fell apart. That was sad.
Tara Reid did fall apart.
Still around, which is good, but I don't know in what capacity.
What happened to Nadia?
Dude, she kicked on. She was like the hottest thing anyone's ever seen.
Correct.
I think now she's like retired from acting, like wildlife sort of shit. Me and someone were looking that up, like not recently, but
Wildlife.
like she's got like a wildlife sanctuary or some shit.
Oh, really?
Sure, this is thrilling for people that don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
we're talking
she's been in a few movies recently. She's still acting, but yeah, nothing that big.
Yeah. Well, I'm not shocked.
Terrific.
You reach those heights, you got to take them.
Yeah.
You take those heights.
We used to print photos of her off the internet. back early days with colour printers at Seb's house, and you used so much ink that it was basically like you had one of those red rooms where you hang fucking...
Yeah, that would drip, they're dripping wet.
So we'd have to like hang them up outside a window while
And
we're just drawing photos of Nardi we've printed off the internet
and then the ink had run out. And I don't know if this has changed, but back in the day, certainly ink cartridges worth more than the printer.
Yeah, dude, they were fucking
That came with
expensive.
ink cartridges.
They might even be more now because printers are so like fucking...
I'd made it. Listen, it was cheaper to buy a new printer full of ink cartridges than get new ink cartridges. Work the fuck that out.
Punters and Dribblers, we are brought to you as always by our good friends, our great friends at Ned's, the number one betting platform for the punter and the dribbler. Bit of action in there on the weekend in our About Even Ned's betting group, of which the secret entry code is dribbler. Bit of action in there on the weekend.
It actually got a bit. Did you get a bit of action?
I did get a bit of action. Well, you and I got some action over Origin, but no, I didn't get any About Even action. I got some like side hustle action.
Our side thing action. You know
Side
what I
thing
mean?
action.
Like our main thing didn't get a whole lot of action.
Listen, on About Even, I didn't go too well, but I also have, that's my professional front-facing action, but then I'm also a civilian. You know, I am a civilian as well, and I have some civilian action.
Yeah, sometimes you're not in your military regalia.
Exactly.
Sometimes you're out there with the common man doing the common thing.
Yeah.
Which is seeking out omens and betting responsibly and getting fucking, maybe you got a Coruscant into a Munster, maybe you saw Benny Elias in your hotel foyer, maybe you saw Munster's kid and his partner, I don't know if they're married or not, in the hotel foyer. Maybe you put that together because you read omens really well. Maybe that hits in Origin. Maybe you yip and yahoo off the back of that. But also you're a little bit dejected because you lose. That's all possible with the Neds. That's the power that Neds provides.
Yep.
So either you got your military regalia on or you're with the civvies. It doesn't really matter. You can bet how you want.
As long as you do it responsibly. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
We've got new chairs here, punters and dribblers.
Yeah.
They're not chairs. They're being upholstered. And... they don't have as much give in them as I might like. I was really enjoying the give they had. I was enjoying sinking into the couch. Obviously, it had reached a point where I was sinking too far into the couch.
Well, no, not just,
I acknowledge
they
that.
broke. The leather underneath these seats ripped straight through on both of them. And what I think is happening is that we forgot what these are like. Now, these have certainly got less give than the original couches.
Would you like a little bit more give? Yes or no?
Yes,
you would.
But when you get new school shoes, they're always like, look, leather gives. Don't worry.
You reckon that's leather?
No, I don't, but I'm just being like,
Doesn't strike me as leather.
everything's got a bit of give in it.
It's
Everything's
fresh,
got a bit
it's
of give.
new.
So let's just wait until, a couple of fucking, we flop into these chairs pretty hard, like slowly but surely. You broke Tobler's heart when you told him you didn't like it. Tobler went to a lot of trouble to get this organised.
This isn't about Tobler, who did a great job getting them redone. This is just about the fact that I'd like a little bit more give. It's got nothing to do with anything other than my personal preference.
I was just sad that you were sad.
He was just cut.
Are you sad? I was sad. That's sweet of you to say, Tom. Now,
Braith, favourite for the next Bachelor.
you reckon he's taken that on?
No, I don't. He turned it down, but he was being hectically pursued by Channel 10. Apparently.
Well, he's got a big profile. He's
hot.
fucking gorgeous. He
Tan.
looks like he knows how to dance. Like he looks like
It'd
he
be
can
an understated,
You know?
it'd be understated, but it'd be hot. He's not trying to own the dance floor.
No, but he looks like he's a bit of Casanova about him.
Yeah, dude. And I think he's hippie. Like he'd be able to fucking...
Oh, he can move his hips.
He could move his hips.
I've seen him play footy, so I know.
The kid could move his hips.
Yes, he could.
He'd do a job on The Bachelor.
He'd do a job, 100%. It's just about whether or not he was willing to. Obviously, he's not.
Well, I don't think it's good for Brand Braith to do The Bachelor. I don't think he needs to.
Listen. It could get more female viewers across to 360. He
It
goes on
could.
there and wows the crowd.
But does he keep... He might get them over to 360. Do they stay? Or do they come just for a little taste of Braith's opening monologue?
Well, I think if you like the cut of his jib,
Who doesn't?
If Braith gets you feeling things,
Yeah.
then I think there's a potential that you stay the whole show just to hear your man speak.
Do they probably really like push the sort of the European Greek stallion side of Braith if they're doing The Bachelor though, right?
The promos would be
Greek boy.
He'd be in Greece. I think they'd take him to Greece.
Mykonos.
He'd be in Mykonos, shirtless,
Yeah.
oiled up.
Within an inch of his life.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Walking along the beach and shit, linen shirt, open.
Yeah, in those and I dare say they'd put him in those European swimmers. You know, the little
and if he felt
they look like step ones, but they're shorter, and they're actually swimmers.
Yeah,
he's probably in a set of them.
But or he's in just some pretty tight but like short board shorts where it's like it reveals his thigh muscle.
Yeah,
but
like
his
but I
bulge
think
is also protruding.
But I think they'd probably try to lean like quite into the European thing.
No, absolutely.
Thus the European swimmer.
But I'm wondering whether Braith, because you got to remember, Braith is not just going to go in there and do what he's told. He's going to call shots as well because he's a shot caller, right? He's going to go, listen, I'm not a hot pants guy. I'm a board shorts Braith.
I reckon he's got a bit of hot pan about him.
I'm not saying he couldn't pull it off, Edward. Would he pull them off? They'd like to see him pull them off.
I'd like to see him go down to Bondi and pull them off. Braith, if you're listening, I know you are. Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Put that photo up and see what happens. I reckon you get a lot of likes, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of interest, a lot of people sliding into the DMs, men and women.
But it could be good for rugby league. We haven't had a bachelor yet. Rugby union had the honey badger. I think
Who nabra'd everyone.
He nabra'd everybody.
Which I think was a first for the show.
Yeah, I respect
Just goes, you know what? Not
Here-
feeling any of this.
Here for money.
He got a lot of shit for that.
Yeah. Which
But I
is
sort of
ridiculous.
respect it.
So do I.
It's like, listen, there was 30 girls and none of them were quite right. What's
worse is me saying yes to someone and then breaking their heart afterwards. I'm just being straight up. I'm being 100. You know?
Yeah. I get you. But
Keeping it 100.
He's giving it 100. Braith could go in there and do the opposite, pick them all. Harem sort of stuff.
Yeah, dude. Imagine that. Braith picks every single one of them.
Yeah.
You're all getting roses. And I'm like, well, that's how the show works. He goes, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I'm calling an audible here. Honey Badger didn't pick any of them. I'm picking all of them, baby.
I've got a fucking truck full of roses out the back.
Yeah.
Roses and condoms.
And I got love to spread.
Yeah.
Know that.
Yeah. Now that's rugby league.
Now come back to Casa de Braith and
that's how rugby league does it.
Yeah, that's
how
rugby
rugby league.
Yeah.
The honey badger's like, nah.
Yeah.
Braith's like, yeah, I'll pick them all. You get a rose.
Yeah,
you get a rose. You get a rose.
You get a rose.
Fuck yeah, Braith.
Fucking oath, Braith. He'd be busy, but nothing he couldn't handle.
Mate, he's a busy man generally. He seems to handle many things at once, you know?
Yeah.
Spinning many plates. 360. Searoo Sports. Player management. Father. Hot Greek Australian rugby league player.
Listen,
He's
as long
fit.
as long as he can reload, I think he's the man for the job.
That's it. That's what we're saying.
Injury news.
Injury news.
Big story of the weekend. Big story of the day.
Story.
People losing their
second
collective
biggest.
minds.
The first biggest was, in fairness, Braith and Bachelor. Second biggest, Cleary.
6 weeks, grade 2, hamstring injury.
Yeah. It looked fucking painful when he did it.
You did.
I didn't even know how he did it. Like, it's sort of like, it looked like someone fell on his foot and it went.
Yeah.
Can you turn the TV on and get a replay of it?
Yep.
He was sort of, looked like he was like turn around. The guy just skipped past him, hadn't he? He was going to make the tackle, then didn't, and then coming back.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, Jesus, that did not look like it didn't look like the movement you would make to do a hamstring. But obviously he's done it, but that's all I mean there. You obviously feel sorry for Naif getting fucking injured. That sucks. 6 weeks, might be out of Origin altogether. Can I play a devil's advocate role?
Yeah, we'll just watch this quickly, and we can call it as we see it.
Can you?
I think 6 weeks rules him out completely.
Yeah, I think so. And hamstrings usually take longer. And what's he just going to come back and go straight in Origin? Maybe. Yeah, he's walking off.
Cleary hobbles from the field with injury. There it is. There it is.
He was limping way early. I only saw this bit close to the line where he's
Yeah. That's
It
what
was
I
just
saw.
like from not really running to trying to sprint and then,
There we are.
I wonder if anything of that has to do with backing up from Origin.
That's what NRL physio said. Those kinds of injuries are not helped by, heavy loads.
Fuck, he can
so to
tell
speak.
as well. He knows that thing's fucked.
Heavy loads. Listen, he had 5-day turnaround. It's not like he played on Friday.
No, but sometimes, again, 5 days.
They do 5-day turnarounds in the NRL all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not.
But maybe it's still like.
Listen, I think these things just fucking happen sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just the way of the world.
Yeah.
Now, listen.
Can I devil's advocate now? Is it time to be devil's advocate now?
Listen. We've got to win game 2, right? And he's definitely out of that. So that's all that we looked forward to. I mean, if we manage to fucking scrape a win and we could look to game 3, then that's an entirely different story if he's potentially ready. But I think you assume he's out.
Can I play devil's advocate yet?
You don't hate it.
Just from an Origin perspective, we were never going to make that change. He hasn't. I'm not happy about his injury. That's fucked. You don't want anyone to be injured. But we were never going to make that change of the halves. I understand why Freddie and Brandy wouldn't make that change, because they tough calls. Like, no one wants to make tough calls. I get that.
He was never going to get dropped.
He was never going to get dropped.
I actually don't think that the team for game 2 is going to be that different.
No, neither do I. And we'll get to Teddy as well. But
I think the team that rolls out will be pretty fucking similar to the one in game 1. I think Hudson Young misses out.
I don't think Matty should miss out.
No. I'm saying what'll happen. I think Liam Martin will start. Whatever happens on the bench, we'll see. And I think everything else will be pretty much the fucking same.
Well, now that Cleary's gone,
Hines will play 7.
Right? Do you change?
Luai will stay 100%.
Do you think it's an opportunity to switch it up? Because now, you could go Cody Walker. Cody Walker is a fucking beast, dude. And he's never been given a real crack. He's never been given a real crack.
Did Luai play that bad in game 2?
No, definitely not.
No, he didn't. But has he won the last 2
Hold
games?
on. But did Luai get picked because Cleary's in the fucking... That whole chat before was like, Hines, Luai. Well, it's going to be Luai because Cleary and Luai. I'm devil's advocate. It's just devil's advocate.
Listen.
Don't. I'm just advocating on behalf of the devil, all right? I'm not the devil. I am merely here.
You're his messenger.
I'm passing on a message that's like, it's not, I have to, he's asked me to pass on a message, I'm passing on a message. I'm advocating for the devil. Not because I want to, because I have to.
I understand all that. And I can appreciate that Origin makes us want to gather around the water coolers and shoot the shit. I get that. We want to be able to debate fucking the pros and the cons of particular halves coming in and coming out. I don't see a world in which they go away from Luai, unfortunately. Now, would I like to see... Guru's talking Reynolds and Cody Walker. He wants them to link back up. I think he'll probably want fucking Murray to start at lock. He probably wants Cookie to come back. We'll fuck off Penrith and we'll go with the old Rabbitohs fucking... Firm. The old firm, Tom. Thank you very much, to use a soccer term, punters and dribblers. But do I see it happening? No, I don't. Does this
Who plays 7 then in your mind? Hines?
Hines does.
Okay.
100%.
Is Hines, and I don't know this, but when you're talking about like playing styles of your halves,
so Hines
are
is
they too similar? Hines and
because Hines is more of a Cleary than a Luai.
He's maybe more of a Cleary than a Luai, but I'm wondering are they too similar?
I don't think so. And they play both sides. They play different sides of the field anyway.
Well, Hines actually plays all over the field.
But in Origin, Cleary went both sides a little bit, but by and large he was on the right and Luai was on the left, by and large. But then also there's the maybe if you want to start talking about Latrell Mitchell as left centre, maybe you get a Cody Walker as the 5'8". Maybe there you start to touch yourself, feel yourself.
Because everyone's like, fuck the Penrith connection thing off now. Hasn't worked. We're over it.
But as Guru said in his potty, the Penrith players actually played the best in that game.
They did.
So now I'm all at fucking sea. Is this the New South Wales way to just find ourselves in an absolute flap?
Yes.
Making weird, silly decisions based on fuck all. Did Luai play that bad in game 1? No, he didn't. Has he won the last 2 comps? Yes, he has.
In fairness to us, I think we were saying that.
Of course we were saying it, Tom. Of course we were saying it.
We might have been
I just think that if you've got a guy like Luai who played good in game 1 and he was in camp the whole time, they're getting picked. They go back into camp on next Monday in 1 week's time, back into camp. So it's not like this is short, sharp stuff, baby. Quick turnaround rugby league football. Back into camp. I think that if you want someone that's been there for the first 10 days, don't you? Hines has been there, so he's the automatic fucking in. I
He's the
think
logical
Luai was
in.
there. He played the 10 days. He's already been in 10-day camp. Didn't play bad in game one. He goes in. I think that if you start going, let's get Cody Walker in there, who has had half a shot before, didn't play very well from memory.
No, he didn't.
He played like shit. No offense, Cody, but
He didn't play great. Don't play. I can't remember. But he didn't play
whatever. Well, my memory is it wasn't great.
No. Hey, listen, he's had.
I'm not
If he'd
anti-Cody. I love
had as
Cody.
many opportunities as fucking Nathan Cleary had.
Sure, but we're not talking about that. We're talking
Well,
about
that is. That's not me, dude.
We're
It's the
talking
devil.
about the game of our
It's
lives,
the devil.
Tom. We're talking about the game of our lives. Must win rugby league football. Must win.
Okay. What else?
Must win.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we go like let's put it this way. We were fucking dog shit in game one. Awful. We played fucking appallingly. Arguably, we couldn't have played worse. And we were still winning with fucking 6 minutes to go.
Yep.
Yeah, we let them score 2 tries with 12 men on the park. Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. But like, we were in it
Up to our
up till
eyeball.
70 fucking second minute or whatever, playing some of the worst rugby league I've ever seen played. So riddle me that.
Yeah.
I don't think we're worlds away. If Tedesco fucking learns how to pass the ball and remembers how to jump and remembers he's a fullback and needs to do a little bit of defensive reads, Tom, maybe if he plays a bit of fucking rugby league, we're a different side.
Have you got his post game? Because you and I were
Maybe if Turbo gets a little bit more fucking seed,
early ball, any ball, use Turbo, that'd be nice. Now,
maybe a little bit more seed. Tom.
you and I were, as has been society at large, New South Wales society, pretty fucking scathing of Teddy's performance.
Well, people are pissed off.
Pissed off, rightly so. But I heard him just through like muffled pub fucking sound system yesterday because he played for the Roosters and he played well. 2 tries, set up a couple against the Dogs, but still like he was
2
better
tries in a fucking couple of minutes.
Yeah, but he played well, right? Again,
It's
against
the
the Dogs, and they almost lost. But the way he spoke after the game, I was like, you know what, dude? I really appreciated his forwardness. I can't see it up here.
Yeah, that's right. I'm
Oh,
ready.
okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah. Turn the sound up, Eddie.
I can do that, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of work to do. Yeah, you're not wrong, Luke. Good work on icing the game when you needed to the most, and Tedesco was outstanding. Well said. Enjoy the win. Bring Teddy
Thanks,
in.
boys. Cheers, boys.
Here he is, the man of the moment, James Tedesco. Teddy, congratulations. You've had a bit of a tough week, obviously, off the back of that Origin loss and a few critics throughout the week, but you've responded brilliantly and with class. How did it feel to perform like you did this afternoon?
Yeah, it felt good. It was a tough few days after Origin. It was probably that was deserved criticism. I wasn't at my best. I just wanted to let that go and get back to my best instinctive footy. So it was good for me just to have a clear few days and just get back and play my best to the Roosters. So I'm glad we get a win. It made it hard for ourselves, but it feels good.
Teddy, it's Brandy. Well done, mate. And the critics, I think you made them eat their words today. Was there anything that you focused on in particular coming into the game today that you wanted to be good at?
I think, for me, I just wanted to get back to my instinctive footy. I think probably this year and even in the Origin game, I've probably worn a lot of weight on my shoulders and just trying to do too much. And I just wasn't clear on my role. I feel like I just wanted to get back to my clear role as a fullback. Get back to my best footy that I've done for so many years. So I feel like I've, had a lot of weight on my shoulders this year from the Roosters and just trying to be a leader. And I feel like that's gone away from my best footy. So I think I learned a lot, especially after Wednesday, and just wanted to come out and get back to my best footy.
Hey Ted, it's Cooper. Well done in your performance, mate. You silenced the critics and you delivered for your state and your country on multiple
It was the Dogs.
occasions.
I bet
What about that
in
win for
silence the
Roosters?
critics.
Because
It was the Dogs.
It was to and fro, back and forth.
Listen,
there, but then
listen,
Cleary hit it with
listen.
a field goal with 5 minutes to go.
A field goal fucking win.
Against the Dogs. He was great, though. He was great.
Yeah, he was good.
But, the critics were there because of Origin. But that's actually not what I'm...
That's disappointing.
He's talking well, Tom.
He's talking great.
He's talking
That's what I
well.
wanted to point out.
No, he's talking well.
We've done well because we haven't been used to winning lately, so we dug deep for this one. And
Sweet. That's all I
listen,
that's what I wanted to just touch on, that he spoke very well and honestly and truthfully. He's like, criticism was warranted. And I think it was warranted because he played like shit.
He was awful.
People are emotional and they're calling for heads, but you know what? It's Monday. It's a couple of days after and everyone's wooing up on the sack Teddy train. But I'll tell you what, If he strings another fucking couple of like this series, if he doesn't play well, then I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. But he played well against the Dogs.
If he plays well, if he plays poorly again in game 2 and we lose the series, I think there's a very distinct possibility that thank you for your service to the state. We're going to go.
I guarantee you they'll let him play the whole series.
No, I'm talking about next series.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck about Denver.
No, but Brandy and shit, like you made them eat their words. It's like, well, no.
That's a real insight into how the powers that be are thinking.
Yeah, well, it's just that, like, listen, you're fucking there. But I think also
they were never
never drop him.
Going to drop Skip.
And that's reasonable though. Like, you shouldn't be dropped after one game that's bad. But
I think the reason that the state was so fucking ropeable after game 1 is because at the moment we have a really strong side, at least on paper, a side that should be delivering more than it is.
Shitloads more.
And that's a serious frustration to us New South Welshmen. Second to that is the way that they played on Wednesday night was fucking appalling, right? And so that's frustrating as well. It's like it's not like you're fucking ripping in and having a crack and just falling short because Queenslanded us. They Queenslanded us, but they Queenslanded us in pathetic terms with 12 on the field.
Exactly.
And
the nature of Teddy's performance was like first try where he just wasn't there for Hammer, and then when he slipped over for fucking
Hammer again,
when he gets outleapt by Lindsay Consley, it wasn't
not
just like
passing the ball to Turbo
or to fucking Fox. It was like it wasn't just a bad performance where it's like, oh, he dropped a couple of balls. It was like, it was fucking awful. It was a diabolical performance. To say, oh, you made him eat their words, I think is a little bit like, well, if he does it in game 2, then 100%. I would be happy to deep throat any words that we said.
I also don't
if
think
he comes out and rips.
I don't think you're dropping him.
No.
And I was never calling for him to be dropped.
I can't remember. We might have, dude. We might have called
him.
Yeah,
but in the throes of passion the next day is not.
No, that's not.
You are allowed punters and dribblers to cool down.
Exactly.
100% you can cool down.
Seen a couple of guys that are cool.
And I've cooled all the way.
We were lava.
Hey.
We were lava.
I've cooled down, all right? And now I'm gorgeous, rich soil that's going to nurture the land.
Yeah,
so
we're the Hawaiian Islands.
Listen, succulent soil.
Green, verdant pastures.
That's right. So we've cooled, baby.
Yeah.
And now we're productive.
Yeah.
And when I'm productive, I'm speaking truths.
Yeah, you're also unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable, completely unstoppable. Tedesco won't get dropped. He's Skip. And in Skip, we trust. I want Skip to know that we're with him. Yeah. Skip, we love you. We're with you. We love you and we're with you. And if anyone's going to, drag us to victory behind enemy lines in unlikely circumstances, it's you by Boy and the boys. Yeah. So we're with you.
And Trell and Tommy.
And listen, there's a couple of boys we'll need on the park too.
Yes, but you're certainly a part of it.
But we're here to buoy you. So know that. Know that we're buoying you. It's just... we need better out of the boys. It's as simple as that. We need to use the weapons. I want Latrell out there. I think Latrell sets the standard of mongrel, which went missing, except for a couple of pockets. A couple of pockets of mongrel, but by and large, not enough mongrel.
There's a part of me that the Adam Reynolds kicking game comes in.
Adam can kick.
Well, what about Matt Burden?
Not at halfback, though.
Not
what at 14,
but
you mean?
As you said, if you're taking out Cleary, do you take out Luai and put in Burden?
I think...
Burton and Hines.
Nah, won't happen. I think that...
they won't drop fucking Luai.
I think Burton will be 14.
No, I reckon they go Cook.
Oh, you reckon they go Cook? Well, actually...
I don't mind bringing Cook back. I'm pro Cook now. Okay, maybe we actually do want to copy Queensland's two hookers thing. We were wrong.
No. I think that if you're not going to copy that, then think about what you're going to use your 14 for. I just think that you're wasting a spot. Hines wouldn't have got on the field.
Well, yeah, and you didn't bring back Hudson Young, so you basically played with two players on your bench for the whole fucking game.
It just seems like a waste of a spot.
Well, yeah, it is.
Like even when Ben Hunt went on, he didn't play hooker.
I think he played 13.
He just played in the middle of the field and roamed around.
The Tommy Turbo role.
So I just think that I don't think there was enough thought into where we were going to play Hines, and just to pick him to have him as cover. Is he the best cover player?
No.
I don't think so. If you're going to pick someone as a 14 to be a genuine cover for footballers across the park, Hines isn't your man. So if you're going to pick him on the bench, why wouldn't you play him just in some capacity, which you didn't, so I don't know why he was picked at all. Weird. But He'll be there. He'll be 7. I think Luai will be 6, and we need to make our peace with that.
But it's funny, though, because then I was watching the Broncos-Sharks game, but I wasn't. So, like, I don't know how he played in that game. But, you know, like Adam Reynolds v. Nico Hines on the weekend, Bronx got it done. They looked really good. Bronx are in form.
Bronx are playing well.
Bronx are playing good.
I don't understand how the Bronx have had no buys and we've had 2.
The Rabbitohs haven't had a buy.
How does that work? Rabbitohs haven't had buys either. That seems a little unfair to me that you get your buys at the back end of the season. And we've had ours fucking straight away. Surely everyone should have 1 buy, then you keep going.
Do we get any more?
We get 1 more. They haven't had any. They've got 3 more. And it's...
You could argue that that's also like they're fucking tired as shit earlier in the season.
You would much rather have buys at the end of the season.
Pause. Listen, Cleary's out for the series. I don't know who the fuck's going in. I don't know who's going in, but it's a big call. If
you're a betting man or woman, your money's, I think, fairly fucking safe with Hines and Luai. If you want to be a little bit devil may care, then I think maybe you start looking at Cody Walker and Adam Reynolds. If you want to be a bit naughty, a bit risky.
Cody and Reno would be kind of cool.
It'd be pretty hot.
Is
there anyone we're forgetting? Anyone super left field?
Like Mitchell Moses.
No. He's been brought in before.
Yeah. He has been brought in before. He's paying 500 to 1. Mitchy Mose.
I don't think Mitchy Mose is
Cooper Johns.
I saw Cooper in the punters and dribblers. He's paying
Cooper wouldn't be able to place. Luke Brooks, also someone that's been in a bit of form.
And Mitch Pearce, off the back of top of the table form in the Super League.
Bring back Mitch, like Alan Langer. Imagine if we brought back Mitchell Pearce.
To play an Alfie role.
That'd be so
at Suncorp. That'd be Ghibli. The support, like if you're looking to write a narrative that's pro Reno, just for a memento, the kid plays at Suncorp every other week. He's got one of the sexiest kicking games in the world, and he fucking knows all those Queenslanders. He plays with half of them now.
Team's in form.
And he knows
Cody.
I just
Trell's back.
I think if you play there every week, it's going to take away a little bit of the intimidation factor.
I wouldn't be shocked if they went Cody and Trell. Cody and fucking.
And then when you've got Cody and Latrell together, I think there's a relatively good chance that Cameron Murray would start at lock as well.
He might be out. Cam might be out.
Well, we need him to be in. Like this, now you're starting to talk about a completely different side.
It's a completely different team. The side looks...
Latrell, Cody, Reno, Cam Murray, if he's fit, starting at lock. Like, maybe Cookie starts then. Do you know what I mean? Now we've got a completely different rugby league side.
Yeah. Campbell Graham as well.
No.
Well, where would Campbell go?
Where would Turbo go?
Well, if Turbo's out. Or
Why
if
would Turbo
Or
be
if you
out?
move Trell to fullback.
No.
We're not getting rid of Teddy.
Listen,
we're not getting rid of Teddy.
We spent 15 minutes talking about why they want to get rid of Teddy. That's not going to happen. I can promise you that. Latrell at centre that's the play. And
Turbo's in the midst of trying to get his fucking ridiculous concussion category 1 overturned. The guy wasn't even at the ground. He's in a bunker back in Sydney. And I was reading like the things that need to be a category 1. You're meant to like have like wobbly on your feet. You're meant to fall down and like your fingers get all fucking curly and shit. And it was like Turbo just sort of was like dazed. He showed no concussion symptoms. The person on the ground, like the trainer who was there, was like, he showed no, like they did the test to him. It was not a category 1. Manly's like, what the fuck? We're trying to play a game of rugby league on Friday against.
Yeah, so the Dolphins, so we wouldn't be able to play.
No, he wouldn't be able to play.
No.
So he's trying to get out of that, which he should be able to, but you also wouldn't be surprised with concussion whether they don't. But so Tommy's in the centres. How about little Reece Walsh of one game fame? Now, listen, he's a great player, but I've got my New South Wales 13 plus jumper on, hat on, and I'm saying, shut the fuck up.
Listen, I got to respect the bravado of youth a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? As the great Denzel Washington once said, the devil comes to you when you're at your highest. And He's getting very lippy about New South Wales and about Luai and about all this shit. You got Greg Bird chirping up in the comments. You got Latrell chirping up in the comments. Listen, I like it, but I'm also like, shut up.
Reece is doing these ones a little bit. You know what I mean?
Wafting that Origin fart up into the nostrils.
He's wafting a fluff up towards his nostes. Listen, he had a relatively good game.
He had a good game.
He played all right.
No, he had a good game.
He played all right. He didn't drop any catches. He played a bit of a role, but
maybe a couple of try assists. I can't remember.
I mean, who cares? He was okay, right? But Reece getting very high on his own supply. I wonder, is the Queensland side starting to get a little bit of New South Wales about it with that sort of behaviour? The sort of behaviour that's been so heavily criticised in the past by our neighbours up north. I mean, if we started fucking saying shit like that, I dare say it'd be on the front of every newspaper going, look at these arrogant little cunts. Fuck them. Bad karma. Bad juju.
Well, he pulled Luai's hair, Eddie.
He did.
And then ran away.
Yeah. Listen, if you get Greg Bird fired up enough to come into the comments, you're talking shit.
Yeah. Seriously. Pull hair, run away, bit of Ben Cray about you.
Heaps of BC about you. No offence to Ben.
No offence to Ben and his fine work, but he did do that, unfortunately. I wonder if he regrets that to this day. He must.
Of course he does, Tom.
Can't not regret that.
Listen, he pulling hair and running away and then talking shit after a win. You haven't won the series yet, bro. Let's not forget that.
We go up there, we win game 2. She on.
Oh, she on. Don't worry about that.
No. Oi, she on, bro.
And it may be true that we've never won a game 2
when we're one behind in Queensland. It's very caveat-y and specific.
But I
like
think
a cricket stat.
No, but I tell you what would be a caveat to that, Tom, is that a lot of those stats would centre around when it used to be home game, like both 2 games in New South Wales and 1 in Queensland.
Well, the majority of them would.
So that would imply if we lost game 1 in Sydney, then we've got a shit side. That's why we lose to Queensland game 2. This is a different scenario entirely. We have a great side that played poorly.
In weird neutral territory.
Right? And now we have an opportunity to play decent footy and get a fucking W. It's not the same thing.
No.
You don't lose at home and then go and win at Queensland. Because that implies you've got a shit side.
Yep.
We don't have that. Completely different circumstances. In fact, I think that stat's complete and utter bullshit.
It's disingenuous in the extreme. If you want to hear a stat that'll get the New South Wales penises hard and vaginas, if they are so inclined, Freddie hasn't lost a game 2.
Ever. So that stat means something.
That's a stat you can hang your hats on. Or your bonnets.
Let's not forget that we won at Suncorp to win the series in a game 2.
Let's not forget that.
So don't tell me it can't be done, because it's already been done. We've already done it. We've already done it. We've already gone to Suncorp with everything on the line and got the dub. So
was that in game 2 or was that in?
That was game 2, and then game 3 was at fucking Gold Coast.
Seabus Super Stadium.
And we let them win.
Yeah, we did.
New South Wales won 26-0 in that game too at Suncorp.
So don't tell me it can't be done.
And now Nathan,
don't tell me it can't be done.
Nathan, unfortunately, out. We're all upset and sorry for Nathan. But if you were to play the advocate of the devil, that maybe it was a change that was never going to be made because Brandy and Freddie Penrith fucking juniors love Penrith. They love everything about Penrith. They want every fucking player to be a Penrith player. No, it's like their hand has been forced, and it might be a good change. Or it might be that we're just not able to win. But wouldn't mind saying something a little different at halfback. I actually think, mate, I think that's the change more. Like, the whole Teddy thing, Teddy had a bad game. I think Cleary at halfback was the one that I wanted to see change the most.
Yeah, well, you've been vocal to that.
Mate,
degree.
You don't have a mortgage on the fucking jersey, right? And you can easily come back if you play well. Or if there's something, but like, you're not doing the thing. You're not doing the job. You're not doing the job.
It's what's annoying to me as we sort of look to bow Origin at some point.
I'll get stuck in a vortex.
We can easily get stuck in vortexes. Is that Munster never plays bad game. In fact, he always plays like match-winning performances, seemingly.
I'm so jealous
Cherry Evans
with Munster.
Cherry Evans has a better Origin career than Cleary by some way, whether you like it or not.
Dude, they're about to be. Can you check the stats on how close they are, Cleary and Munster, to being the most successful Queensland halves pairing ever?
There you go. Ben Hunt never plays a bad game. Harry Grant never plays a bad game. Those fuckers,
even when they lose,
they torment us. They torment us. We had tormentors before in Smith and Thurston and Lockyer and GI and fucking Slater, and we've got tormentors once again in fucking Sherry Evans, in Munster, in Hunt, in Grant. They're fucking annoying, these guys. They piss me off. They never play badly. Munster always seems to pull something out of his fucking big bucket ass and just delivers time and time and time again. It's getting fucking annoying. Yeah. And for once, I'd like a New South Welshman to turn up and go, oi, chips are down, 12 men, here we go. Here's the big play. Never happens.
Not just a New South Welshman.
Never happens.
But a New South Wales, pivotal player.
No one's done it since Joey in 05.
Listen, that's not true because we did win back-to-back series.
No. I'm talking. Oh well, Tedesco. Actually, Mitch Pearce was the last chips it down fucking moment.
He threw a ball. I mean, I think it was mainly he got it to Tommy. Tommy got it onto Blake. So Tommy was probably the real one.
But you know what I mean? When was the last time we had a chips were down moment? That was probably it, and we waited fucking 30 years for it, basically.
Yeah. But we just need it. We need like, hey, I'm a tough Origin, fucking uncompromising Origin half who's going to take the game by the sack and just get it done.
Maybe that's Reynolds and Cody Walker. Maybe that is.
Maybe it's Nico, the sicko.
Maybe it's Nico the sicko. Maybe.
Is it Jerome Luai? With respect?
You know, can I tell you something about Nico? And it's just, I can't. It's my duty to the punter and the dribbler to just tell it how I see it. I can't unsee that defensive read on Munster where he basically runs into Cleary and all hell breaks loose. I can't unsee it.
I know.
It's almost... I almost can't move past it. I know that sounds ridiculous, but... And I know he's defending out of position. I get that. But... some guys are made for it and some guys aren't.
You're saying Nico's not made for it?
I don't know. I'm basing off what I saw.
Well, listen, he missed a tackle. It was a very important tackle. And they all it's like Queensland, they have Ben Hunt out in the centres and he just makes the tackles. It's like, I think it was Guru who was saying it. It was
it was a really bad read. Really bad. And then to run into your own player.
Munster's got this ability to hypnotise, dude. He's a hypnotist.
Yeah, he is.
He's like in and away and in. Like Cleary runs into Nico and the fucking
Listen, I know I'm going off like 3 minutes of football. I get that. But...
well, listen, I got dropped and fucking traded to an African league after scoring a hat-trick.
So listen.
From Pep Guardiola, who knows a thing or two about coaching.
Pep's going for the fucking treble. They won the FA Cup on the weekend, 2-1, beat United. Now, it's right there for the taking this weekend against Inter
Milan.
Inter Milan. So, Pep gets it.
Yeah. Pep fucked me off. So, if I can get shipped off after a hattie, then Nico can certainly get shipped off after missing a tackle that basically led to the loss.
The problem is the problem with these selection issues, Tom, and what really I feel like we end up fucking drowning in this sort of back and forth. Who do you select? Who don't you? The problem is we don't have big game players in the halves.
Listen. We got grand final winners.
No. To this point, so I'm talking about the tippity top of the fucking sport, which is Origin. Yeah. Cleary's never broken the game apart. He's dominated when we've humped teams, but he's never owned a fucking game and gone fuck you, to my knowledge. Hines untested in that arena. Cody Walker, has he blown you away in grand finals? Not really.
Well, he's only played one.
Yeah, but then the other time in Origin wasn't great. Reynolds, from memory, hasn't been stellar at Origin level.
I, to be honest, think Adam Reynolds was dropped unfairly from Origin, but that's just me. But I know what you mean. We don't have ruthless.
We don't have killers.
No, we don't have killers, or at least they haven't proven
Origin
themselves
killers.
to be Origin killers just yet. I would love for it to happen. Nate's only fucking 23, 24. He can have his
25.
time. 25?
Yep.
Jesus.
He might be 26.
No,
this
he's
year.
not.
It's 25 now, I think.
He is 25 turning 26.
See?
Nathan.
Yeah, dude, he's older than you think.
Growing up before our very eyes.
Yeah.
Mate, everyone's like,
he was 19 yesterday.
He's a pup.
He's not a pup.
He's not a pup anymore.
No.
He's not a pup anymore.
He's not a pup, mate. Listen, if he plays for when did Joey Johns play his last game in Origin Blue? 30, 31? By that letter, he's got 4 years left. Not that long.
Well, it's not that long, but it's a while.
It's not that long.
No. Well, listen, if whoever the halfback is that comes in rips and we win the series from you, then Nate's not back next year.
He was 31 when he played his last Origin game.
So he's got 5 more years.
If Renault...
So, what I'm trying to say is, he's at the moment, he's cherry ripe, technically.
Yes.
So none of this, no more of this, he's young bullshit.
No.
He's not that young. He's 26 this year.
And he's won 2 comps.
Yeah.
He's ready.
He's won 2 shields. 3 shields.
Yeah.
Give it a rest.
Yeah. He's won Origin Series, he's won World Cups, he's won Premierships, he's done it all, except win Dally M, but he's done it all. So he needs to be able to dominate.
But he hasn't won series on it by himself.
He needs to dominate in the toughest arena of all.
Like a turbo.
Origin football.
Like a turbo.
Enjoy your Origin football.
Yeah, Gus Gould sort of stuff.
Gus Gould stuff. Enjoy your Origin football, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Tommy Turbo has.
Tommy Turbo's won a fucking series by himself.
Put him in the halves.
2021.
Yeah, Tom, your stat about Munster and Cherry Evans becoming the best combination does not look true.
I didn't say they were. I heard people talking about it.
Is this based on games played and wins?
Yeah, I think it's win. Yeah, I think it might be win percentage. Oh, it couldn't be win percentage because that could be like 3 games.
Yeah, it could be, but they've won 3 series, lost 3 series. Essentially.
Look at
games won.
They've all been 2-1. I just don't see. I didn't go through every single one, but it seems like having Cronk and Thurston or Lockyer and Thurston would have definitely had more wins and less losses.
So how many?
Well, how many would Lockyer and Thurston
have?
Would Thurston?
They'd have to be the best, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Or Thurston and Cronk. When did Lockyer retire?
2008.
And the run went.
So it's 6, 7, 8, 3. So it would have been Cronk and Thurston had more.
Yeah.
So Lockyer was only part of the first 3 of the 8 straight. It's funny you don't think about that. Like Thurston Smith.
6, 7, 8. So that would have been Cronk and Thurston would have had 5, 1 off, then another 3.
So that's Cronk and Thurston the best.
Have to be.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, so then would Cherry and Munster, let's say they win this series, would they be then better than, they'd have a better win record than Thurston Lockyer?
I think they'd have as many wins, but not as good a win record because they've also lost 3 series.
Yeah, but Thurston and Lockyer would have lost some.
Yeah,
Thurston was only with Lockyer in 2005, so that was only 1 series they lost.
So I'm trying to remember where I fucking heard that or saw it.
You might have dreamt it.
No, I wouldn't have dreamt it.
Why?
Because my dreams haven't been that vivid recently. Sometimes you get vivid dreams. Cheese often a good contributor to the vivid dream.
You
know?
Lack of sleep, I think that is.
Lack of sleep is better dreams?
Well, they seem to be more vivid after a big weekend.
Well, is it the lack of sleep? Or is it?
I think so.
Or is it?
I think it's lack of sleep.
Or is it?
Lack of good sleep. Lack of good, honest REM sleep.
In my line of work, Eddie, get a lot of shit sleeps, and my dreams aren't particularly vivid all the time. So I don't know if that's true or not.
You'd be getting into more REM, whereas I think that sometimes you can prevent yourself from going into REM.
You getting better dreams in REM or worse dreams?
That's where you do most of your dream in REM.
And you're saying I'm getting more REM when I'm having shit sleep?
I'm saying, yeah, you would get less REM with shit sleep, yeah.
Whereas you're saying that after a big weekend where you're tired, you get deeper into REM.
Well, you get REM that you've been starved of, because I think that if you have a big weekend that night when you're on the big stuff, you prevent yourself from going into REM.
Right, okay. So then
your body craves
it's almost
REM.
like when if you're
so your body
thirsty,
starts craving REM.
If you're thirsty, you drink a shit you guzzle water as opposed to just sip on it when you're not thirsty.
That's right.
You're guzzling REM sleep.
That's exactly right. Guzzling it. One of the great annoyances of life is that you can't store sleep.
No, you can't bank it up.
You can't bank it up. You can't have like a sleep bank and go, I'm going to go fucking pound some sleep out and then store it over here.
Yeah. Well, like renewable energy.
Well, like fat.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a greedy little fat piglet, you'll put on weight and you can store it for later. Except if that later never comes, it just...
You can catch up on sleep, though. Like, if you can catch up, you can't store it. I like catching up on sleep. That's nice. When sleep's eluded you for a while and you got to catch up. You know what I mean? Like after, again, big weekend or like jet lag and you're just like, and you got nothing. You're like, I'm just going to catch up on some fucking sleep. That's living.
Yeah, it is. Sleep's great. Shout out to it.
Huge shout out to sleep. We actually just someone reminded us of our Sleep Companion podcast we did. Did you see that?
Wasn't that just sounds of rugby league?
It was all it was ambient sounds from the crowd, and like you could hear the fucking game being played like in the distance.
It was basically a microphone on the side of the field, wasn't it?
Yeah, ambient rugby league noise, and it was just.
Weren't we going to do another one, but for cricket?
I was trying to find. I mean, I'm not going to go down to I wanted to record just 5 day, like just a whole day of Test cricket, or have someone do it for me. But I certainly wasn't going to go down there and just sit there with the fucking recorder for a whole day. That just wasn't in my to-do list. We might send Tobler or Dave this summer. But all it is it's just repetitive ambient noise.
Well, crowd sound of a fucking 6 stitch on
hit
willow.
ups. No, but like in rugby, hit ups, like
the rugby
tackles
league, yeah.
and shit. Oh, but, yeah, exactly. Refs whistle.
Go listen to it. Sleep
claps.
Companion.
Sleep Companion.
Does that mean if I get sent to the game or Tobler, like we're not allowed to talk the entire day because we're
Correct.
on the mic picking up our
Correct.
thing? All right.
And we'd actually prefer that you don't watch the game because you might then react to moments, which will ruin the sound. So
You'd be blindfolded.
Well, I just got to be watching the levels of the audio the entire time to make sure.
That's all you can see. We'll put some goggles on you, and all you can see is the audio levels.
Yeah.
Correct.
Perfect. Great day out.
Yep. Matty Johns and Andrew Johns are feuding again. Edward, I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they're feuding again.
What's up?
Well, I think Joey's dirty at Matty for still about that fucking segment on SEN.
He's dirty about the fight they had or the explanation of the fight?
I don't know. That whole thing. The whole sordid affair.
They're blowing.
Mate, Matty, he didn't rock up to his fucking... Matty was on SEN on the Morning Glory show on Friday, and he was like, yeah, Joey's meant to come. He's not showing up because he's fucking salty at me.
Just didn't go.
Yeah.
Well, also after a loss.
Yeah.
And the nature of the conversation, particularly with Matty talking up Queensland and basically summarising what they do, which is what they then did, I think gets under the bonnet of a proud New South Welshman in Joey Johns, the greatest footballer ever made by a man.
Yeah.
By God,
By
rather.
humans. By God.
Well, by humans technically, but also by God because there was divine intervention there, obviously because he has God. There's like a level of God within Joey. To be the greatest at anything, you need God on your side. It's as simple as that. Or God within you. But Joey's the best footballer of all time. We all know this.
Yep.
It's very simple.
Yep.
In fact, if you listen to Smith and Thurston, they talk about how they learned so much in 2005 when he came and fucking humped them into the earth that it inspired them to go on to their own
Greatness,
right?
But less.
But
Great,
they
but not
basically
as
just
great.
trying to mirror what he did.
Yeah.
It's disappointing to hear that two famous brothers are feuding, Tom, but it happens. That's family stuff.
That's family stuff. I like it.
It's not a big deal.
Bit of punch on. It could lead to another Noosa Park.
Love that. Love another Noosa Park punch on.
Yeah. Wrestle in the grass. Now, when we talk rugby league on the show, Eddie, it is thanks to our good friends at KO. Now, you might say, well, we've been talking about rugby league for a long time. I'd agree with you there, but it is what it is. We talk rugby league. We do it for our good friends at KO. All games, ad-free during play. Guess what? You won't be able to watch Jared Croker, I don't think, make his 300th appearance on the weekend if you don't have KO. Friday, 6 p.m. KO.
You can't watch the great and the powerful Jared Croker reach 300 games. Doesn't happen every day, punters and dribblers, particularly at home, in front of your home fans. I think it's fucking beautiful. I think it's gorgeous.
Can I tell you
I want everyone to be wearing headgear. Everyone.
We've got the great and powerful rugby league guru coming on for a potty this week, which will be out, in the next week or so. But I'm like, hey man, you're around this week, and do a potty. He's like, mate, it'll have to be Tuesday. I'm heading down for Croak's 300th later in the week, and I'm like, that is exactly what I wanted to hear.
Just because he loves the game.
Listen, Guru is rugby league, right? He is rugby league, and this is history. He's probably going with Timmy Williams as well.
He would be.
Timmy and Roo.
Well, Timmy's a Raiders fan. He's a Raiders man.
Yeah.
This is history. You're going to miss history if you don't have KO. It's as simple as that.
And the fireworks display that we're hearing about for Jared.
We're hearing whispers of it, Tom, yeah.
In that is it Dubai or Abu Dhabi where that huge building and it's just like fireworks spitting off the fucking whole thing?
The Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
They've started work on that line.
Oh,
started building it.
Yeah, that full.
Oh yeah.
The 170 kilometre, 500 metre high, fucking walled city.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live there.
No.
Just giving you the hot shit.
Imagine a fire in there.
Yeah, not my cup of tea, that place. Not my cup of tea. But shout out to Croaks. Good luck this weekend, bro.
Dude, did you see Ricky's post-game press conference after they just beat the
Yeah,
Titans?
furious.
But no, where he's like, he's so good, dude, where he's basically like, I knew you guys were all going to come in here and, hang shit on me for leaving Croker out. But, leaders make decisions and I lead. And, like, you guys would never make decisions because you don't know, like, what it's about and you don't know what leading's about. And I'm like, this guy is unbelievable at deflecting. Firstly, at deflecting in the fact that they were 18-0 up against Tigers and almost lost it, with 10 minutes to go.
Without the magic of Jamal.
But then secondly, to just come in and be like, fuck you guys. Because it was kind of almost gloaty as well at some point where it's like, look, I did it. It worked. I was brave. I'm a leader. I had a crack and it fucking came off and eat a dick the whole
He would have had this lined up in his head. If we win, I'm going to go in there and spray these pricks.
Yeah.
It's exactly what he did. He's an ornament to the game. He's an ornament to rugby league. He must be protected at all costs. At all
like
costs.
they do with rhinos. Like, we need a couple of dudes with guns walking around.
You're talking about a Ricky reserve?
Yes, exactly. Which you can do the space out in camp.
A Ricky reserve.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the last of the white Eastern Rhino or white Western Rhino or something. They protected that thing at gunpoint.
You think rhinos are endangered? There's one Ricky Stuart on Earth.
Well, like that, the last surviving member of that species that was protected at gunpoint. No, I don't know if it's a genus.
I don't know.
I think genus is wrong.
I've just listened. Would it shock anyone if it was wrong?
No, it wouldn't. Genus, so like the genus for us is Homo, and then we're the sapien. We're the last of the. We are the last of our genus, but there was others in the genus. Yes. Homo floresian or whatever. Those little tiny men that lived on that island in Indonesia. Homo neanderthalius or whatever the fuck. Our big brutish cousins who we fucked off.
Yeah, sorry guys, beat ya.
Listen, did we crush you back in the day?
Yeah,
years ago?
We got
did we fucking
we
pound you into the earth? Yeah, we did, bro.
Sorry.
Homo erectus et al.
They just had boners.
That's a genus.
Well, they were erect.
Correct.
They just walked around ready to rock.
Yes.
Rock hard.
Yes. Correct.
Good for them.
Ready to fuck.
So Ricky Reserve.
So a Ricky Reserve, I think, is important, knowing what we now know about genus.
Yes.
Because without Ricky, rugby league stops, in my opinion. Now, I'm not ruling out having armed guards protect him his every move, Tom.
Yeah, well, it also works because he's in Canberra. Like, we can put some AFP, Australian Federal Police around him, right?
Yeah.
We get a car
Our
tailing
FBI,
him.
mate. Our FBI.
Yeah, exactly. Our FBI. Those red cars, get them following Ricky everywhere. And then, obviously, at the end of the day, we take him out into a field, a reserve, and he just can wander around, free, eat grass.
Yell at things, spit at things.
Like, punch a tree and, in anger, stamp his feet.
Yep.
So have some dudes with guns around. Like, anyone comes within 20 metres of Ricky, even less, 200, maybe you just shoot them.
Shot on sight.
Yeah. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Well, listen, why risk it?
Yeah.
Why risk the death of an ornament to the game if it can be prevented through force?
Well, but through some minor measures.
Listen, a couple of kneecaps to start, warning stuff, and if they don't respond well, fatal.
Lethal force.
Lethal force. AFP, are you up to the job? Are you the right
Tell
candidates?
You what, they're the least scary police on the roads.
Well, because they don't pull you over.
That's what I mean. You're like,
do they pull you over in Canberra? If you're fucking up in Canberra speeding, do they pull you up?
I don't know. But whenever you see an AFP, you're like, oh, police. You're
AFP.
not going to do shit. Every other cop, though.
Mate, all they do in Sydney is sit around out the front of fucking...
consulates.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't do anything else. They sit out the front of that one in Double Bay, the US consulate.
Yeah, there's one in Bellevue Hill they sit out the front of as well.
Not a bad house, that one. Anyway, protect Ricky.
At all costs. Dragons had a bye on the weekend, is that correct? No, they didn't.
Dragons
Sorry.
versus Penrith
I missed that
yesterday.
game. That was the last game of the Dragons of Jason Ryles' Narbradya fame and of your St. George sponsorship Narbradya fame. Broncos, Dragons in a real pile of rugby league.
Are they coming last now?
Yeah, I think so. I think they were last coming into this week. And they're
Coming
still
last. Riles, Narbras. After everyone's like, Riles, he's in. It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Yeah, last.
Then you've got your main sponsor, which is literally the name. The bank, St. George Bank, couldn't have a better alignment with your brand. They've just gone, nope, fuck this joint.
St. George has been the sponsor since as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I don't know. How long have they been their sponsor for? That's a long... That's
30 years?
Dude. Like, sorry, we've got the same name, but that's about all that we share.
Yeah, 40 years.
40 years.
Damn, dude.
Everything comes to an end, but it's probably... It's just the timing's a little bit suspicious. Can't find a coach, coming dead last, caps all at sea, and...
Ben Hunt wants to go. Listen, this sounds mean-spirited, Dragons fans, and I want to take this moment to acknowledge you all, specifically Mad Dragon, who put up another great video on the weekend. Shout out to you. I would love to see Ben Hunt leave the Dragons. There, I said it. That's a spiteful thing for me to say, but I'd love it.
Well, you're kicking them when they're down, Tom.
Wouldn't you like to see him go somewhere else? I want Ben Hunt to have a good life. I want him to win a comp. That 2015 one, I feel sorry for him. He's getting old. He's still good. Go somewhere where you're going to win a comp. Get out of there. You must know, Ben, that you aren't winning a premiership there at the Dragons.
Of course he knows that.
So then what the fuck's he doing? The club's a basket case.
So Jason Ryle's essentially flagging to the rest of the league, A, St. George, not a great side, B, that he wants that Storm gig.
Well, the Storm are like, hey, come down here. Come back here, Jace. Get down here.
So is he going back to be assistant down there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it's starting to make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Roosters fucked him
So
off.
bye-bye Trent, fuck you Dragons, back down to the Storm. Bellamy can't coach forever. I know he wants to. I know that in a perfect world he'd coach for another 1,000 years, but, that's not how age works.
No, it's not. We're not currently.
Not for now.
No.
Although there is evidence to suggest that
may not be far away.
No,
or, the singularity ever gets off its ass and starts working,
The singularity.
Well, like as in us just becoming machines.
Well, aging is a disease that can be reversed, so you don't even need to become a machine.
Yeah, but maybe if you are a machine...
You don't even need to become a machine.
Well, but if you were to become a machine, let's say that your resources start to deplete, the things that you do need to survive, like food, water, oxygen, you become a machine... The oxygen being polluted doesn't matter anymore. The fact that your food isn't grown anywhere doesn't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? So,
what about rising energy prices?
Well, I think if we harness nuclear, like some director said on a Rogan podcast the other day, then I think we'll be okay.
Well, mate, that's hydrogen fusion has, for the first time, spat out more energy that went into creating it. So, that's the future. It's basically unlimited energy, free.
Hydrogen.
It's basically like fusion technology. It's what happens at the core of the sun.
Is that nuclear?
It's a version of that, but it's not quite. It's not quite the same thing. There is also I don't think there's any leftover. It's like the leftover's like helium. That's the only...
So you just get a funny voice.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to regurgitate what I read.
And I was just trying to trigger Dave.
And you're playing along. Good for you. Now, what has that got to do with Jason Ryles? Absolutely nothing.
I just wanted to say I feel sorry for Dragons fans. I hope Ben Hunt leaves, but I feel sorry for you.
But it is sort of funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
You've got to laugh.
It's sort of funny.
You have to laugh at these things. If you don't
I think you need to get rid of St. George faction and go back to being the Illawarra Steelers.
Yep.
That's what I think.
Yep.
Wollongong's the heart and soul of the fucking club.
St. George is sort of not a real place. It is a place, but it's not.
It's not really.
It's not a whole place.
It's not really a place. I've been there. It's not really a place.
Not compared to the Steelers, Illawarra.
Well, no, mate, go to Wollongong. That's a place.
That's a place.
That's a place. Wollongong's a place. Yeah. And they love rugby
Is St.
league.
George the Net Strata Jubilee area?
Well, it's. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe St. George is like a municipality. So Cogra's in that St. George area. But there'd be others, Rockdale, Moordale, Hurstville, Oatley Park, Riverwood.
Ramsgate, Sans Souci. Yeah, we can fuck that off. How big's Illawarra? Come on, let's be real here.
Yeah.
It's basically 5 kilometres large.
Listen, I think that A lot of those places
Obviously,
can.
I'm rounding down.
Listen. It's not like a lot of those places are pretty close to Bankstown. You can either become a Bulldog supporter or you can become a Sharks supporter. You go down to the fucking Illawarra.
Mate, you're even near the fucking. You're near bloody the wet. You could become like. Is there a Tigers supporter?
Well, Bankstown's just there.
There you go. Yeah, you are dogs. You guys are dogs. St. George are dogs. Sorry, we've moved you to the Dogs, and now Illawarra. Where's Illawarra, Dave?
Down, mate. Fair way down.
Fairway
Yeah,
down.
like Wollongong?
Yeah.
Wollongong. Past the National
Wollongong.
Park.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's get it up on the map.
Yeah, it's all the way down there.
There we go. Look at that.
It's a place. They got a lake.
That's
Look
what
at
you
that.
want. But they've also got coastal. They got a great ground, not like
But then
Netstrata.
you've still got the whole south coast of New South Wales.
Look, I know it doesn't look super
Kiama,
populated, but the upper
Gerringong,
Nepean, look
Geroa,
at the size of
Shellhaven, Berry.
that. Mittagong, Barrel, Southern Highlands.
Yeah. Yeah, we're moving you up.
Sorry.
Consider yourself moved.
Bring back the Steelers, dude.
Yeah. Kangaroo Valley, Berry. You get the fucking
Look
Highlands
at
in
that
there.
catchment area, Eddie.
Big catchment area. Big catchment area.
We got too many teams as it is. Not that it makes a difference because it's still the same side. We're just getting rid of one, but like we're getting rid of half of one.
Yeah, look at that. That's all the way down to Nowra, mate. Huskerson, they can get involved.
Oh, fuck yeah, they can. You'd probably cut it off at Olin because I think that's probably where Ricky's going to want it. Ricky'd be patrolling those areas with a rifle. Bungonia. Canberra can have Bungonia. But I'd give them down to Lake Conjola and Mollymook and Bawley Point. Like, they're getting all that.
Coast is their territory.
Bateman's Bay, I think they get as well. Yeah. I'd give them as far down as Mogo. Maruya. Turris Heads. I'm just reading out fucking places now.
Bermagui, Narooma,
Shout out to Bermagui.
Tathra, Marimbula,
Tathra,
Eden,
yeah.
Green Cape, down to the fucking border, Tom.
She's cold down there.
She's a big coast.
Malakuta.
Fuck, she's a big coast.
Yeah, she's a big,
Shout out
beautiful
to New South
coast.
Wales, got a state of all. Is that rugby league?
I think it might be. I think it might be, to be honest with you. I think it might be.
Listen, we could sit here and we could go through every game in what is essentially buy-around rugby league because there was a buy, or we could just pack her up.
It was still a good weekend of footy, but I think I'm pretty happy with that.
I think so. I think we did a great job.
I want to do something. Well, I don't want to do anything, but it's a little less. It's a little more Thursday potty, but it's like I don't know how long I'm going to remember it for, or how long it's going to be in my mind, and I need Dave to look it up. It's a bit of sort of like current eventsy sort of shit. Taylor Swift right now, huge, massive arena tour in America, 3-hour-long shows. Every fucking celebrity in there.
She does 3-hour-long shows.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Every celebrity and their dog goes. Kids are just like psychos about it, you know what I mean? Kids crying, all that. Apparently, I don't know this is true, but apparently, so obsessed are some Swifties, because it's so hard to get tickets to these things, even though she's doing arena tours, that they'll wear nappies and shit and piss themselves so they don't have to go to the bathroom and miss a song.
Swifties wear nappies in 3-hour sets. That seems like nappy territory to me.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
Or do you just do you just miss a song and go and take a shit if you have to?
Listen, dance along to a Swift song in your own feces seems relatively
Play on,
yeah. Have it running down your leg.
Well, no, that would be if you didn't have a nappy on.
Well, how like if you're moving, right?
Yeah,
and you're
jumping up
grooving and you're jumping up and down. I listen. You know more about nappies than I do,
Yeah.
but you said to me the other day they leak.
They can sometimes. Depends how much piss and shit you got in there. Like piss will leak sometimes if there's a lot. If there's a nighttime full of piss.
So they're not good to go.
Well, that's also the nappy, right? I don't know what the adult nappy game's like. Isn't that a D or Dave question?
I don't know much about the family business. Not in that regard.
There you go. Disappointment.
You don't sit down with your old man and talk nappies?
We don't talk nappies,
Why?
unfortunately. We got better things to talk about.
What could be better than talking nappies with your old man? Seems odd.
Father-son podcast, talking nappies with the Blooms. Is there any truth to that, Dave?
Yeah, so when you Google Taylor Swift fans, the first suggested result is Taylor Swift fans diapers.
That is fucking...
So yes.
That's almost a bit like the world's ending, you know what I mean? For me.
I think it's also like these girls or whoever's going are going to like camping out so they can get as close to the stage as possible. and then so you might be standing at the front of the stage for like 12 plus hours before she even comes on.
Wait, why do the gates open 12 hours before the fucking show?
Well, I don't know if they do, but I know that's a big thing with like Swifties and One Directioners, and people would go camp out so they can get in. Like when Harry Styles was here in Sydney, there were all these girls trying to camp out the front of the stadiums, and so in a lot of the states they had to like turn them away.
Who's letting their kids camp outside of a fucking stadium for Harry Styles?
But
I don't want to see anything that much.
People do.
I know, dude. It's wild.
But I think this kind of stuff's been going on for a long time with concerts.
100%.
Like, especially in Australia where you don't get to see people coming out. Like, even when I went to
you
My
do, though, don't you?
When I went to
maybe you didn't in the 60s, but like people come out here now because there's fuckloads of money to be made around the world, so they just do everything.
But not in Australia. Like, there's not. You do a few dates. It's expensive to get out here. They come once every 3 years.
They still come though.
They do come. When I went to see My Chemical Romance, there were people that were camped out since like 5 a.m. in the morning.
To do what?
To see My Chemical Romance and get a spot at the front of the...
They wanted to get a spot at the front of the mosh.
They were camping outside the Enmore.
No. Outside Olympic Park.
Oh, they did
Whatever
one out
it's
there
called.
today?
Yeah.
My
that's what
Chemical
it was.
Romance sold out Olympic Park.
Not the stadium, the fucking Acer Arena, whatever it's called.
Oh, okay.
Not a call.
No, okay.
There's only
Kudos Bank.
There's only a handful of fucking people on the planet that can do that.
That's what I mean. I was like, firstly, shout out to My Chemical
Well,
Romance.
how many bands do you reckon in the world, or artists? 20, 30?
Foo Fighters have done it.
No, but how many do you reckon could?
Well, current ones?
Yeah. Coldplay could. Ed Sheeran could.
U2
Swiftie
probably.
could.
U2 came out here and did it. I don't know if they could now. They're still like, their audience is still alive.
Why are you pulling faces?
Oh,
Elton John probably could.
Yeah.
I don't know if one of those ones you said could still anymore, but I can't remember who it was.
Coldplay, you don't reckon Coldplay could?
Yeah, Coldplay, I don't know. They might be a bit past it. Back in the day, for sure.
Coldplay used to be great. They used to be great.
Yeah.
Harry Styles?
Harry Styles did. Taylor, Swiftie, Beyonce?
She could.
She could,
She
sure.
surely.
Yeah.
Rihanna could, couldn't she?
Rihanna.
Fucking Pink?
Nah.
Maybe in Australia.
Maybe Australia. In
In
Australia.
Australia, dude,
yeah.
Australians get so hard for
Yeah.
Pink. Like, she's almost like Sugar Man, where it's like no one even knows she exists outside the fucking our country for some reason.
Good for her. Yeah. That's probably a perfect lead into cricket.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Great fucking segue into cricket. David Warner's retiring at the end of the year, Tom.
Well,
End
if
of
he
the
makes
summer.
it that far.
End of the summer.
Yeah, he said if he's playing, because I mean, there's a chance.
You're dropping Davey?
No, I'm not. If he plays like shit, I might be. It's the Ashes, dude. I love Dave. He's a friend of the show. But it speaks to my fucking exemplary, what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess like my nobility, how honourable I am.
Oh, your
how
nobility.
truthful. Yeah, in that even though he's a friend, I'm honest to a fault. And if he's not playing well, I'm dropping him before Sydney.
Before Sydney.
Well, that Sydney's where he wants to retire, right? If we don't go well in the first two.
So the
tests
end of
Ashes.
the end of the Pakistan Test series.
Yeah, but dude, if he shits the bed in the Test Championship, he gets probably 2 tests of the Ashes, which is
You could argue different conditions, swinging, probably a bit of cloud cover, knowing England, like
so you give him
Duke moving
3
around.
tests.
But I'm saying, would you then bring him back in for a series on those bouncy true Australian wickets that he's always so loved and
It would
adored, Tom?
depend on how his replacement, whomever that may be, goes. If his replacement comes in and takes the nation
By
upon
storm.
upon his shoulders, then you don't just drop him for Dave to have a swan song, or maybe you do, Pakistan. But, you know.
Has Dave earned a swan song?
He earned one last summer. Like, as in, he earned to, no matter how bad a form he's in, it was like, you have a swan song in Sydney if you want it. Or even an Ashes swan song here. Like, if he was like, I'm retiring after this series, he's earned that. But if you don't play well in the Ashes, and we don't go well in the Ashes, then I don't think a swan song has been earned.
Well, if he retires after winning the Test Championship, he would be the first player to win ODI World Cup, T20 World Cup, and the World Test Championship, as well as Ashes and stuff.
That'll be a cool thing for his pool room, which looks pretty dope.
So basically, he would have won it all.
Yeah.
3 formats.
Dave's had a hell of a career.
Hell of a career.
Let's not sleep on that.
Mate, he's our...
What's his average? And
Is
what,
he equal our great... Well, is it like him and Hayden are our 2 greatest openers, right?
I want tons, averages, 50s. Tons, what, 36?
No, for Australia.
Yeah.
Tests. 3600s.
Or 29?
Yeah,
26.
he's in the 20s. He's not 30s.
No, you're right.
Pup's only just in the 30s. Sorry, Smudge.
Smith is what? Smith 30. So
31
what would he be,
maybe.
27? 28, 27?
26, 27. Had a couple of 90s recently that really fucking would haunt him.
25 test hundreds.
2500.
He had there were 3 sort of in the last recent years.
He averages
that he's
45.57.
Mate,
rock
nothing to-
solid for an opener.
Yes, it is.
ODI, 45. Rock solid, 19 tons.
T20,
Not as
average,
important.
32. Well, you know.
First class average is 46.44. So he's consistent. He's very consistent.
He's been a great player for the nation.
2500s, 3450s. Pretty good fucking, again,
Converge.
opener.
Yep.
4 test wickets.
Take it at an average of 67.
Where is he on all-time tons for the nation? Would he be 6th?
I'll tell you who I think's ahead of him. Pup, Smudge, Hayden, War,
Ricky. That's 6.
Yeah. I'm just trying to wonder if there's anyone else. Is there like is there an AB or a
Maybe an AB.
Pup?
Hayden. Oh, Bradman. We forgot him.
Bradman. Sorry, Don. Michael Clark, Alan Border. Yeah. So what's Border got? 27. Clark 28. Bradman 29. Hayden 30. Smudge 30. Steve War 32. Ricky 41. So Smudge is only a couple off all time. Well, number 2.
It's funny how the world works. Like when Smudge was at his zenith, we thought for all money Ricky was in big trouble and that record would fall.
Yeah, well, it's hard because he also got fucking suspended for a full year, and then who knows if that affected his form generally. But another year, let's say he got 5 tons. It's also the amount of tests played as well. It's a great point, Dave. 168 for Ricky, 96. Smudge hasn't even fucking played 100 tests yet. He's averaging 59.8.
0.8. It's incredible. It would looked a lot better when it was in the 60s.
Maybe he gets it back there.
I hope so.
By the end of this summer, after Pakistan and West Indies.
It'd be great if it was back in the 60s.
But Warner, part of a very illustrious list behind
yeah.
him. Greg Chappell, Justin Langer, Booney, Mark Waugh, some heavy hitters.
Haas.
The Haas.
Dude,
Mark-
Haas pumped a lot.
Mark Taylor,
Haas fit
Gilly.
a lot of hundreds into his fucking late sort of late career surge.
Averaged 51.52. Beast.
Dude, ridiculous.
Absolute beast.
Yeah.
So what?
Look at Uzi get
Hayden, mate. Fucking Haydos averaged 50.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Haydos was a
That
boss.
is so fucked up.
Yeah.
That is so fucked
Yeah.
up.
Haydos was a boss.
Doesn't looking at cricket stats get the dick hard?
Yeah, it gets the dick hard. No,
Don't you reckon?
When's the Test Championship start?
7th of June. That's fucking Wednesday.
Oh, dude, I'm so fucking wet for that. I think
Will they kick off at 7 p.m.?
the country boy is out.
Yeah, he is. Side strain.
Side
still?
strain. Scotty B.
Dude, he seems to me to be in a perpetual state of side strainingness.
Yeah, side straining, I believe. He's obviously not doing enough fucking push-ups like you and me.
He's not ripped like you and I.
No.
Like barrel-chested.
Barrel-chested.
Just getting up the odds for the Test Championship starting Wednesday. Dave still coming back with times.
7:30 start. So I think
7:30 start.
8 p.m. first ball probably.
Now
That's fucking good for the soul, that.
But the country boy down, Scotty B in? I want to see Scotty B in English conditions.
$1.91, $5.50 the draw, $2.63 India. So the punters love Australia, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So Scotty, have we got
I'm
the
going to
team
kill
yet?
someone if I don't hear who's replacing.
So they've brought Nisa into the squad.
Scotty B will start.
But yeah, I think Scotty B. Because he was in the squad already.
Okay, maybe. But Michael Ness has been ripping and tearing over there.
Scotty B, I think, is where they'll go, and I'm happy with that.
I fucking love that.
Put it on
I
a
want to
6
see Scotty P in English conditions,
Bowl wicket to wicket, keep it tidy,
but also do a little bit.
keep the economy down.
I wouldn't mind him
but maybe
doing a
nip maybe nip a couple around.
I wouldn't mind him nipping a couple around.
Tom, if he wants to nip a couple around, I'm here for it.
But basically what you're doing is
Bring a couple back in,
mate.
sure.
You're putting it on a 5-cent piece,
Yeah.
or a penny, or whatever the
Or
hell
a
the English
sixpence.
use. But then the odd one does a bit.
Yeah, you want the odd one to do a bit.
Yeah,
But you also want him just polling that tidy line,
Yeah.
keeping the economy down,
strangling him.
strangle. And then from the other end, we fucking blast you.
Yeah.
Oh, Blue Eyes going in there, ripping and tearing, putting
Just
them on the fucking
gurneying them up.
toes. That's right. Starkey ripping them back into the ribs.
Yeah.
And Lion, the GOAT of goated fame.
Friend of the show.
Fucking turn them out of the rough. Big LB shouts. That's what we like. That's what we like.
Then
And
you got... That's a fucking look, dude.
Is that a look?
Big LB turning them out of the rough.
That's what I want.
That's fucking good. It's pointing at me.
Yeah. Get some. Get some up
Can
here.
feel the heat.
So, Scotty B comes in.
Scotty B.
Play a role.
Yeah.
Smudge will ton up.
Well, that's it. Marnus. I think Marnus has been some good county form.
Marnus will ton up.
Smudge, ton
T
up.
Head will smudge up. Ton up.
Dude, Trav. I love Trav.
Same.
I hope Trav has a big series.
I think Travis Head will get the song off Nathan. Now Nathan tells us he's not sure.
Well, he also doesn't tell us who. He didn't tell us who he was thinking about.
But Travis,
I like the idea of Trav.
I like Trav. I think Trav works. It works for me.
It works for me. Maybe the baggy green a bit wet behind the ears.
I think he's a bit wet behind the ears, but he would be a safe choice. Because that kid's not going anywhere.
No, you don't think he's going anywhere.
You're not going to drop arguably the greatest fucking all-rounder of all time.
No.
You literally, no disrespect to one Jarks Callis.
No.
But
come on.
I'm team fucking baggy green over here, bro.
All day.
Know that.
All day.
Yeah, you might have had Ricky Ponning's fucking batting numbers and Brett Lee's bowling numbers, sure. That's impressive. But are you fucking 2 meters and 10, gorgeous?
No.
And like still what, 21?
While we're talking cricket, actually, punters and dribblers, obviously you can still go and listen to all of our previous interviews via the SEN app. You can listen to them on our podcast channel or our YouTube channel. Shout out to Guy and Spencer for
Lenu?
No, not Spencer Lenu, but for the potty last week, the Kamchatka surfing doco. This week on SEN, in fact tomorrow night, the good boys, our good friends from the grade cricketer, Pez and Higgos. We're talking all things cricket. It was a fucking fun one.
It was fun.
They are the preeminent voices of cricket in this nation, IMO. Now, preeminent, I don't know if that's the correct use of the
No,
term.
preeminent.
I feel like it is.
That's correct.
And, you know, that we've been, we've known each other for a long time, and it was fun to have them in.
We hadn't done a potty, I don't think, for 3 years.
No, they were on like episode 120 something.
So it was nice to reconnect.
Yeah.
It was nice to hold hands again, hug each other, kiss each other,
Yeah.
love each other.
Yeah.
We had a great yarn. They're fucking intelligent boys. They speak very well. They make,
Much better than you and I.
They make Tom and I sound absolutely ridiculous in the extreme, to be honest. But it wasn't about that.
No.
It wasn't a cock off.
No.
It was just 4 objectively handsome men sitting down to talk fucking cricket, baby.
Yeah.
The state of the game. Did they scare the fucking shit out of us? Yeah, they did. Are they highly, highly, highly concerned about where the game's going and what place is going to be left for Test cricket?
The greatest
which
format.
is the greatest format, arguably the greatest conception by man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get scared, this is the podcast for you. But it's
if you want to get
incredibly
nuts deep into
insightful.
some cricket
Yeah.
ahead of the Test champs.
Yeah, get balls deep with some guys that know what the fuck they're talking about. Tom and I know nothing about anything. We've been over that.
Nothing
It's
about
basically-
anything.
It's in the show notes, right?
Yeah. Show notes. These two know nothing about anything. Don't know shit about fuck.
But these two gentlemen do know something about something, and that something's cricket. So tune in, SEN, 8 p.m, 11:70. Give it a listen, or you can listen via their app.
Yep, on the app, and then the full potty will be out on Sunday for us. That'll be on the YouTube podcast. You get
And
it.
for those wondering why there is a difference in length, one is you got to trim it for radio.
Yeah.
I think it's like 46 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's why. That's why there's a bit of a difference.
Yep. Was there anything else cricket-wise? I don't think so.
Yeah, so just this morning, Jack Leach has been ruled out of the entire Ashes series.
No.
Yeah. Stress fracture in
4
his back.
eyes.
The old Goggle Magoo.
I'm not.
He was, listen.
I listen here.
In fact, we actually talk about Jack, I think, when we talked to Pez and he goes, which is obviously going to be dated slightly because of it was done last week. But he was like, oh, yeah, come at me, bro. Like, I want you to come at me. Like, he was being really sort of like, bring it on. And I was like, Jack, I don't appreciate bravado and macho behaviour from you, dude. Leave it to your Stokeses, your Joe Roots even, the weak English boy. Like,
yeah, but there's some people that can carry themselves that way, you know, like fuckboy energy almost.
Yeah. Johnny Bairstow, I'd accept it from.
Jack Leach isn't one of those people.
Jack,
shut up and play your role. You're a sidekick, mate. Yeah. You're a Robin.
Yeah, you're Robin.
You're a Robin, mate. There's nothing. Batman needs a Robin. There's nothing wrong with being Robin.
But there's nothing Batman about you.
But let's be honest. You played the Robin role when Stokes fucking chased us down. Like, let's not pretend like you were fucking had any Batman about you, bro.
No, you didn't.
So, woo up and play your role. Now, your role seemingly now is to sit on the sidelines and carry water and fucking squeeze oranges, which sounds about right. No offense. Don't talk that shit, bro.
Don't you talk that shit. Obviously, sorry for your injury. Hope you're well. But shut the fuck up. Okay, there you go. Jack Leach out. Who's replacing him?
There's a lot of names flying around. So other spin options are Rehan Ahmed, Will Jacks, Liam Livingston, who's an all-rounder.
Sounds English.
Those are all dudes who I don't think have played much Test cricket. They've also thrown around names like Dom Bess, Matt Parkinson, Liam Dawson.
Fuck, how many options have they got? Jesus Christ!
And they've even thrown.
We have like one guy who's next up. That's basically it. You know.
Well, I mean, we got a few up in India. Kerneman, Toddy Murphs.
Yeah, but we don't have fucking 8 or 9 guys. How many? He was read out half like a whole side basically.
Zampa.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys aren't Test players.
No, but I mean, how many? These guys might not be either. Again, it's the English. Like, I don't know about English cricketers until they're playing in the Test side, really.
Yeah, they're even talking potentially Moeen Ali, who retired from international cricket in 2021.
See, that would make more
so they're bringing back Moeen Ali.
It's one of the names on the list.
Is he playing county cricket though? Like, is he getting reps and?
Well, he's retired from international cricket
Test
and he's been thrown around. Not a great sign.
No, but like if you had if it's the Ashes coming up, if it was just for a random series, I'd be like, you don't go and. But if it's like the Ashes and you want to win it, it's like maybe we bring. If Moeen's even playing well, who the fuck knows?
I like that he's been bandied around though.
Yeah, so desperation stakes.
Jofra Archer still lost his balls.
He's out. He's been gelded.
I know. That's what I mean. Let's talk a little bit of running.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to shout out the punter and the dribbler for their support and getting around the Goers Run Club, brought to you by Hello Sport for the upcoming Sydney Marathon, September 17. That may be incorrect.
No, that's correct.
It's correct?
Yep.
We've had a fucking sensational level of interest from the punter and the dribbler, and it warms my heart.
Yeah, me too.
To the point where we are still in negotiations to have our own wave, the Hello Sport Goers Run Club wave. That's how many fucking people.
That's how many people are in there. We might.
The Ivy is going to be fucking heaving. We're going to have the whole. I'm basically calling for Justin to give us the whole thing.
Yeah. And someone actually hit us up and was like, "You guys should get him to put ice into that pool and everyone just sit in the ice bath after the run."
Great idea. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. A lot of leg work. I'm not prepared to do.
Has Brockman fucking put his name down for our team yet?
No, he's running, but I don't know if he's put his name down for our team.
Brockman.
Has he got his own team? He doesn't, does he?
No, he wouldn't have his own team. I don't know why Brockman wouldn't be in our team. Ned.
Come
on, buddy.
Like, I don't know if you got it like some sort of,
Listen, are you a mate or not? Are you a friend of the show or not?
Are you a goer?
Well, listen, you are a goer.
Well, it's true. I shouldn't have even asked, but it was a rhetorical question.
But the boys will need you there because, again, surround yourself with goers and you two shall go.
Yep.
More goers, the better.
For those asking, and there are a few of you out there, can I come to the after party if I'm doing the half marathon? Can I join the team if I'm doing the 10K? Whatever it is. Like, listen, unfortunately, it's marathon.
Listen, if you're not made of the right stuff, that's fine.
But
there's no after party. There's no merch. There's no discount.
You can't run with us. Sorry.
It's not. They're not at the same time. They're not the same thing.
No,
they're not the same event.
It's not the same thing. This is marathon.
we're also contractually obligated to ignore the other events except for the marathon.
Yes.
And that's convenient because we don't really give a fuck about the other events.
No, well, we run a marathon.
You don't run... 10K, the 10K run's cute, bro.
It is.
But...
Do you know what I call
that's
that?
Not, that's
Do you know
not...
what I call a 10K?
A warm-up.
Thank you.
It's not the real McCoy. You know what I mean? Mm. And if you're wanting to build up to do a full next year, that's cool.
That's great.
Good for you. But we're looking for the real ones. You know what I mean?
Goers, 2023 goers.
That's what we're looking for.
Now, to remind you of what we might be talking about, if you are part of the Hello Sport Run Club, or if you want to join, you haven't yet, sydneymarathon.com. Hello Sport Goers Run Club is where you join. The code Dribbler will get you a 20% sign-up discount. What you're also going to get as part of that run club is merch. There'll be a run club shirt. There's a party, an after party at the Ivy with a bar tab. Only for those in the club, only for those running the marathon. We will organise a run club event where we go for a run. At least one. Centennial Park, we're thinking. There is also a couple of other sponsors on board. The Running Room, Pace Athletic, where you're going to be able to realise some benefits. There's a training program.
Email turbo@hellosport.com.au and he will send it to you.
It's 12 weeks. That training program is a 12-week block of training. So I don't know how far out we
Just get K's in the legs. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
Now, we turn our attention to our dear producer, Tom Tobler. Tobler, how's the training going, bruh?
It's good. Jeff Athletics got me on a bit of a back to basics, rebuilding the foundation, fucking 40-minute runs, getting Ks in the legs, bit of squats and burpees and all that kind of jazz. Strengthening the legs.
Oh, yeah?
Losing a bit of weight. Got to cut the weight down.
How you feeling? You feeling lighter?
Oh, yeah. I was putting my belt on the other day and I'm on the last inside loop. On the last inside circle. So I'm going to need one of those belt tools soon to punch a few new holes in the belt.
Nice. I've never heard of a belt tool. I just use a hammer and a nail if I ever had to do that. Or get a new belt.
Or get a belt tool.
No, I'm just saying I'd actually never heard of a belt tool.
It's like a hole puncher, I'm
hole
pretty
punch
sure.
for leather.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
So going pretty well. Yeah.
Have you been for a run?
Yeah, I went for a run around down Piermont Way on Saturday, which was good. Just staying in that zone 2 heart rate. Keeping it in the blue, mate. Don't want to get into the orange.
No, you don't want to get into the orange. You want to keep it zone 2.
Yeah. Keeping it in the blue.
Keep it true blue, zone 2.
Yeah. Hey, True Blue, are you in zone
2?
So, yeah, no, it's going well. We're about 2 weeks out from the 12-week.
So we're 14 weeks out.
14 weeks out.
Would we be 14 weeks out this Sunday or were we 14 weeks yesterday?
14 weeks yesterday.
Woo! Whoa, so we are getting close, punters and dribblers. I'm actually getting nervous for you.
Same.
I just got nervous for you.
There are so many fucking
way.
people signed up. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
And thank you to those that have signed up as well. If you want to still join, there is time if you're made of the right stuff. I'm so horny for cricket on Wednesday, I just can't tell you. But I think that's where we leave the punter and the dribbler for this week, Eddie.
By telling them how horny we are?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm so horny for Test cricket.
Not a bad...
The next couple of months, dude, June's fucking stacked.
So we've got Test cricket this week.
State of Origin.
Wednesday. Then we've got State of Origin not next weekend.
Week after.
Then
the Ashes start next week?
No. July, I think. Or June.
No, June. 12th.
End of June. No, I think it's end of June.
No. Incorrect.
First test is 16th of June.
16th of June.
Middle of June.
So
but that's not that far away.
That's 11 days.
It's 11 days away, baby. And I'm 34 on Saturday, so woo.
Cute. Woo. All right, see yous.
Woo.
Could you two just not talk anymore?